Says, do you think there's a chance that Heli's come in this year? Yes, I do. Honestly, this roadmap that's coming in on the 10th is really gonna, I think, show us a lot of like what's coming and kind of like what to expect. Even though they may not, I suspect they're not gonna give us a bunch. They're gonna probably try to drip feed a lot of stuff, is my guess, because the way they were talking before, why would they try to NDA us if they're gonna drop something this soon? I think A, we gave them pressure, and B, they're gonna give us a not quite the whole roadmap, but at least something. So whatever it is, I think it works. What's your opinion on Rust Console update? Not good. The one that we recently had? Yeah, not good. Did they already make the wolves fancy? Here's one right there. Oh, fight me, dude? Oh, jeez. Okay, no, I didn't mean it. Yeah, hopefully this next round is actually a lot better than what it has been, because it's been a little rough, for sure. And with the recent announcement of them saying that they're going to do a roadmap on March 10th, I think that's great. I think that's accelerated to some degree. Because before they were saying, hey, it's going to be a few months out before they know. And also they were trying to NDA us for some reason. And I think it's forced their hand to some degree. Now, do we get a really in-depth roadmap? Probably not. We're probably going to get pieces of it. But hey, communication is always good. Kudos to them for at least stepping up and doing that. So hopefully we put some kind of pressure on there, or whatever. Like, it doesn't even have to be us. Like, as long as there was pressure for them to communicate more, that's perfect. That's all we really need to see out there. You know what I mean? We'll be looking forward to that, and I think that's really going to tell us like what's going to be happening. Even though they may leave out a lot for the rest of the year, I think they we're going to have a pretty good idea of what's going to be going on. Yeah, so a lot of people are asking me, what do you think the next update's going to be? Do you think it's possible to be minis or cars? I still think it's on the table. Again, after this roadmap and we kind of see what's coming, and depending on how far out, I think we can really kind of fill in the gaps. My guess is they're going to be throwing out like maybe 1 or 2 updates out, and then it'll be like, okay, you know, anticipate this, which is fine. You know, like, we can work with that. Why does mobile already look better? You're not wrong. Well, the other thing too is hopefully we got under their, not under their skin, but we got in their ear to be like, look, this year does not have a lot of opportunities for them to swing, because the last end of this, oh my, I'm on top of a base right now? Is that what I'm on top of? The end of the year is going to be mostly GTA 6, let's be real. Ooh, can we steal stuff in this? Brother. Yeah, plus mobile's coming out this year too, so there's a lot of pressure, because if there's not a lot of people playing, that means they're not going to have a lot of skin sales, which means their revenue is going to go down, and their ability to put out updates more frequently is also going to go down. So hopefully, that's one of the reasons why they kind of pushed it forward, to be like, look, we need to communicate. Hopefully they did it for the fact that they need to communicate, but I think that's probably the deciding factor, because, again, this is technically a 9-month year. We already know that. GTA is coming out roughly in October-ish, so if that still stands, then most people will be over there. Whether you like the game or not, that's gonna just gonna be a thing. Yeah, plus Rust Mobile has cars and minis off the rip. That's crazy. So they really gotta play catch up. My guess is, and I'm sure you guys have seen the video on it already, it already looks like they're staging for large transportation, whether it's minis, mobile vehicles, trains. The maps are huge now. The donut map really kind of points that out, I think, big time. You can see some of the terrain stuff has changed. Actually, right here, see how things kind of droop down the hillside here? That kind of stuff came in when we got trains. Not all of this, but this detail is definitely part of that train system. And then, moreover, a lot of this is pretty close to what we have for the terrain stuff over on PC. Obviously, it's not one-to-one because we've got resource deficits, obviously, but you know, the erosion you're seeing is a big part of the transformation of the terrain. And you can tell, if you've walked across the donut map on foot, you know what we're talking about. Heck, even if you do it on a horse, you know what we're talking about. The maps are huge now. And this goes back to what we were saying before. Remember when I said, hey, 4K maps are actually ginormous? Well, are you feeling it yet? They're huge. Also, we don't have as many interactions because as it stands now, our population is 100 pop. So on a 100 pop with 4,000 meters, it's, you know, it's a thing, right? It's a thing. What's that? He goes, run the Discord said, you mean the random internet clowns that run the Discord for free said something weird. Okay. What's that? They're lying about the NDA. What's going on in their brain? I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't think anybody's drawn that into question. Anybody that's real. I mean, if we really need to, I can always bring up the comms if we really need to, but I don't think that's really an issue. I think it's more those people are upset about them working for free for 4 years, but hey, I'm the a-hole, right? It's funny. Why are they so mad, dude? Like, here's a good question. Who do they like? Anybody? Hateful. Aren't they, though? Not even, like, I mean, obviously towards me, but they just seem to be in general towards most people. I like, or even, I think every content creator I've talked to that does Rust Console, I don't think any of them have ever said that the Discord mods were, like, good dudes. They're all like, yeah, they're kind of nuts. Perceived power is a crazy thing, right? They like you, well, that's good. Hey, at least they like you guys, that's fine. They don't have to like us. Like I said, they're just randos. So, you know, like us or hate us, it doesn't really matter what they think or do. They're on a short leash anyway. For real, they need to ban them. Yes, they do. But that's the thing, though. They get all that free work, so I don't think they're really... They want to, because then they'd have a whole Discord to run, and I don't think they're really prepared to do that. Call me crazy. But whatever, they suck. Yeah, so back to what we were talking about. Yeah, I think the update's going to be something wild here. I don't think March is going to have anything super crazy. I hope that it does secretly, yes. You know, like behind the scenes, you know, because we need that, because we've had some freaking duds. But I think something in April is most definitely going to be banging. Pretty much has to be at this point. But if you've been on the donut map, you kind of have a sense of, like, some of the crazy that's coming down the pipeline. I think they're going to stopgap us with some kind of update here. Something more low-key, low-hanging fruit type stuff. The donut map in March. That's my guess. I think April's going to be the doozy. Again, if they want to come hard in the paint with it, awesome. But this is kind of the impression I'm getting, but we'll kind of have to wait and see. Because Pedro did say they were going to be light on some updates for like a few months. So I was like, brother, it's already been a few months. What do you mean? He says, I'm done defending 011 though. He says 4 garbage updates over 5 months in a row. He says no communication. Right? I think us talking about it a lot, maybe bringing up the fact that their skin sales will be down, you know, given like an outline of the year, which I think is pretty realistic. You know, not knowing what the updates are. And yeah, it's been almost half a year, and we've been like just kicked right in the nuts. I think all of those factors have really kind of boiled up to them saying, hey, we're going to put something out here on March 10th, which is great. Watch, if it's a light update for March, then they definitely have changed something. And we kind of forced their hand, which is good. I think we as a community, because we're like, hey guys, what are we doing? We need this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Plus the fact that we kind of put together some other like updates. The fact that that tunnel outline is sitting on the outside of the outpost is wild. I'm like, brother, you don't think we would notice that? I mean, I almost missed that at first, but I definitely would have missed it over time. I wouldn't have missed it over time. It's just like, you know what I mean? I'm like, guys, this literally goes underground. Now, it could be that they do cars, you know, something else, some other big updates, and then maybe trains are down the road. But the fact that that's sitting there as the outline and the map is big enough to support that system underground, at least, you know, it's kind of tipping their hand, which is good. That's good. That's really good to know, because trains are super fun. Do I want minis before anything else? Yes, 100%. But, you know, trains will be dope. We need something big at this point, because we've been kicked in the nuts far too many times. It was low-key. I hope it's motorcycles. That would be sweet. Yeah, like, ideally, to get something like motorcycles, Ziplines. You know, if they're going to stopgap us until, like, April for, like, a big update, let's say it's trains or minis or cars or whatever, it's got to be something big. You know, if in, what is it, March's update, if we start to see something dope, then awesome, you know? Like, that's better. We need something like that. We need some bangers for the rest of the year. Honestly, if they want to go light, let's wait until October, until the end of the year, because you know GTA 6 is going to be out. That's the time to reshuffle the deck and check your nuts. You know, see if you need to shave your pubes, metaphorically speaking. Don't you think? Because it's like, yeah, take your time, because we'll be out there making crimes in Vice City. It says, I've seen 7 devs on the Discord, but they're not, either not talking or lying about something good coming out. Yeah, that's the thing, and I think they're NDA too. I know a lot of the employees don't really talk about it, and it makes sense because they don't want to say or promise anything ahead of time. Because if they're going to NDA me, why wouldn't they do that to the employees too, right? Wouldn't that be sweet if we push their hand because we're like, hey, there's trains coming, and we stole their thunder, and they're like, okay, we'll tell you. I was like, brother, why couldn't you tell us in the first place? We want to know. We're avid players of the game. Please tell us. Orison comes up with another good point. He says, I think it's crazy we haven't gotten any new monuments in 276 days. Underwater Labs. You right? Yeah, we're due for some. And some big content pieces, especially transportation. Here's the thing. If you're on this donut map and you've seen any of it, you've walked it or even taken a horse down anywhere on this map, you know that we're getting a form of transportation, no doubt. Because there's no way you're going to operate with 100 people on this with just horses. It's just not going to cut it. So think about speed. So it's got to be cars, it's got to be trains, it's got to be minis. Whether it's in March or April, it's got to be close. I don't think it's going to be March. I think it's going to be April or onward, but that's just my guess. But again, if you've been on this new map, they've done some cool stuff with like the custom features, like adding prefabs or even taking a cargo ship and crashing it here on the shoreline. Freaking awesome. But yeah, you're right. We definitely need a new monument too because it's been almost half a year, bruh. Bruh. Oh, I'm bad. I broke my legs.